Right, let's move on to a better story in the news that starts with something really negative. I think a lot of us I certainly have been boycotting TikTok because of some of the memes that were on there in 2020 that were very inappropriate. I think TikTok is making an earnest attempt now to help repair the message that they are allowing to be spread about autism. And there's a great story in Teen Vogue this week about creators who are on the spectrum, who are promoting and being promoted on TikTok to provide a different narrative about autism. And so Teen Vogue has a great article featuring some artists that are on the autism spectrum that are having big following on TikTok, people like Chloe Hayden. And Paige, Layle, Haiti Delone. I think it's a really interesting thing to do. I want to encourage you to carefully look at TikTok. I don't encourage you to invite your children, teens, and whoever to just be on TikTok. I think there's still the potential for some bullying to happen on TikTok that might be more passive, but it's still bullying. But I want to encourage you to look at this article, find some of these folks, curate that content for yourself and for your family. Take a look at some of these people on TikTok and share them with your children and teens on the spectrum. I always, when I'm talking to other parents, one of the things that I'm really fond of talking about is that it's so important, it's essential to give really good role models for our kiddos on the spectrum. And I know when my son was little, people will say to me, how did you tell your son about autism? And I said, we decided, everybody has different decision, right? About when and how and where. But whatever you do, make it positive. That's the one thing I ask you, make it positive, because there's no reason not to, right? That's the best possible thing to do. And we felt that making it positive and showing role models on a regular basis and saying, look at this individual, and introducing them, sometimes there are people on TV. So introducing them is not introducing them, right? It's just saying, oh, look at this person. Isn't he awesome? Isn't he cool? And our first person was James Durbin. He was on American Idol. And so we would watch American Idol with our son, and we would go, I really like James. Hey, you have the same name as him. Your name is James and his name is James. Isn't he cool? He's this great rocker. He's absolutely fabulous. And you know what else, James? He sings and you sing. You have that in common. Isn't that wonderful? Do you know what else James has? He has something called Tourette's syndrome. So sometimes he says things, or he coughs, or he burps, or whatever, and he doesn't really have control over it. But, it doesn't stop him from singing. But sometimes he does that. Isn't that interesting? You know what else James has? James has autism, just like you. Isn't that funny? You have all those things in common. You don't have Tourette's. You have some things not in common. He plays the guitar. You don't yet. So we would talk about things in common, things not in common, but we'd go, isn't James fabulous? And so we hoped that would build his self-esteem of, James is fabulous. I'm fabulous. We both have autism, and that's fabulous. There's absolutely nothing to hide, be embarrassed, be ashamed of, right? So here are these people on TikTok that you can follow and curate and show to your child so that they have role models. There are all kinds of people now that are on the spectrum, that are out there about it, that are amazing and doing amazing things. And I really encourage you. There's even characters in movies and in Marvel movies. And there's the one Power Ranger who's on the spectrum. So I encourage you to utilize those. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much. See you next time.